Hi, welcome. I'm Priscilla Batzel. This is Expressionist Fluid Art Studio Gallery's demonstrations and tutorials. Let's have some fun. This is my OXO Omelette Turning Flip and Fold Spatula, best paint spreading tool I know of. I recommend them highly. And this is a 16 by 20 inch canvas, and this is a stage, a background stage, which I want to use a bunch of light pinks and some green, hoping that when I add colors over the top of it, they'll be able to create pretty highlights. So the first color was Luv U Pink. This is Frosted Berry. I'm going to throw a little bit of periwinkle in there because I can. It's not really light enough, but I wanted to try it, so I did. This is Plum Blossom. I've got some water lily, but I think it's too dark. I am going to insinuate some sparkling aqua. I want some greens. I'm going to use some dazzling white. And I thought I had grabbed the Sea Monster, but I grabbed sparkling aqua instead. So I'll use a little bit of sparkling aqua just to see. It looks too dark. But I know the Sea Monster is lighter. Much closer to what I wanted. But also, I want sea glass. And those paint chips I see, I've tried to get rid of 3 times. So I've got other colors that would be good light background colors, but these are the ones I want to start with. Except for I just saw something in there that needs to come out. I might like to have some darker pinks, and I might like to have them now. I might just go back to more Frosted Berry. I really did like that Plum Blossom a lot though. I thought I had enough paint, but I really changed my mind pretty quick. So I'm just going to try and cover my canvas as quickly as I can. I think if I avoid most of the green for right now, it'll probably cover over the pink, which would be okay with me. Assuming I have enough pink, which I'm wondering. Right now I don't really want to mix the green in with the pink yet. Okay, am I ready? Does it matter if I am? Yes, I did. I just dragged my fingernails through. Twice, but it doesn't matter at this point anyway, because I can always go back and stroke over the top of it. Still got some stuff in there. I want to move that green around some. I should have put some dazzling white down. I think that's the key. To keep it from becoming an issue. Now I might just keep going with the, trying to remember the color, shiny taffeta. Keep finding more things in my paint. I desperately want some tickled pink in here. And I have enough paint on the canvas, so it shouldn't be a problem if I'm really judicious. And it was the sparkling aqua that's over here, and I like that too. See something else in my paint. Sometimes after the bottles sit a while. Yeah, I'm really thinking I'm going for that tickled pink. And maybe at the same time some of the shiny taffeta. I kind of want to add some white at the same time. I'm not sure if that's a good idea or not, but I'm going to do it because I can always cover it up. Alright, so here goes nothing. That's cool, the tickled pink and the yellow made an orange. That's kind of nice. And that is stage one. Well, I could do what I keep thinking about doing, which is scrape through some designs, but I haven't really done it at this stage yet, other than using a toothy tool. Am I really done? Maybe not. Maybe just a little bit more tickled pink. Is that tickled pink? Yeah, I think it is. I thought it was Miami Magenta or something for a minute. It's so bright. Yeah, I want to do this weird thing that's just swiping from end to end, blending all the colors. Just to show myself I can do that, because I've done it before. If I don't like it, I'll go in a different direction, but for right now, it's showing me all the inclusions. That little piece of black jetsam, that lump of paint. And do I see another one? Two. Tweezers, for me, are an imperative. Alright, I'm curving it around and hoping I'm not got anything weird in my paint. Well, I found a paint chip before I hit the canvas. Now this is not necessary. Well, that was. Don't know where these little black flecks come from. I'm not using any black paint. I've got some yellow cell activator. It's really tempting. I want to use it. I think what I am going to do have a bit of a draw with my nail art tool that will probably fill in. Just a random doodle. And I could just hit it again with the spatula and see where that goes. Alright, it's kind of weird, but that's okay. It's going to get painted over. So obviously I'm back and this is dry and it's the next day and I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but I've been watching Milan art on YouTube and I love their abstract backgrounds. So we're going to try and use some dazzling white, make a really thin layer of paint all over everything with a whole bunch of different colors, no chips allowed, or whatever that was. I don't know. Hopefully we'll hide whatever's... Now I can't go too nuts with that or I'll be sorry. I want some periwinkle. What does it feel like to want? Let's grab something I can have. Let's grab some water lily. That was the periwinkle. I want some deep amethyst. I'm gonna use some Rhapsody Rose if it's open, which is questionable at this point. I got something out of the top, but not enough. Whoa, that's a whole lot more than I anticipated. So I'm gonna dilute that with some frosted berry. Well, I did think I wanted it to be mostly pink to begin with. I guess I got my wish. This is pink carnation. I think I've already got too much paint. Maybe I should just use what I've got. This is some orange crush. And with that I'm going to put some shiny taffeta. Another one that closed up since I was last in my studio, which was only a couple hours ago. Fortunately, my tweezers are sharp, and even if I can only get a little, that should be enough. Now the last section over here, I wanted to have some blues, especially the, and it's open, yay, especially the Oriental blue. And I was going to use something else, but I think I'm going to, well, same old, same old. At least it's not hard to get them clean, the tips cleaned out. Especially in this style bottles, it just lodges a little tiny bit at the top. That's Egyptian blue. Now, for whatever reason, I'm going to include a little decor at 24 karat gold. Alright, there's my painting. I'll just let it dry and we'll call it done. I'm kidding. I'm glad I used the white. I like how it looks. It's definitely got a marbled effect. You know what? I forgot the green. And the green was important. Not that color green though. Let's see. Looks like Sea Monster's open. We'll just negate that spot until later. Still a little blue. No chips, come on. And a little more. And I don't mind if there are any lines left behind. I quite like that, actually. I wish I'd thought about it a little harder and done more. I really don't want to ruin that orange. I might want a little more. I might want to put green down where I'm contemplating orange. I think I'm going to steal some of that. That was Rhapsody Rose. Now I want, like I said, I want some green, but I want it. There's some Fandango. I really want to use a new clean spatula. So I'm just going to try and wipe this one off of my pants. Really quickly. I want some more blue. I think I can get away with what I've got. I quite like that. Now, in spite of the fact that I quite like it, I'm going to have to change it. And I might want some more green. Or in this case, triple sec. And I haven't used any wintergreen in a long time, so I'm hoping I don't have to shake it too bad. Coming out. And then there's Seaglass, which I used yesterday, I think, which is being hard to open. Very hard to open. I can do it. Using the green last was not a bad idea, because that way whatever I'm doing won't be too affected by anything but the last strokes. Oh no, I like it so much. Oh no, I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna throw that spatula in the bucket. Now, this is unusual. I brought out a palette knife. I wish I could swivel that around. Maybe I can. Whoa, even that made me sick. I'm pretty sure this is going to dry and leave those marks intact. And I definitely want some other marks. In which case, my Wilton cake decorating tool with the tiny little teeth. Of course, it's got to be the last one. I'm trying to be quick because I really want to be able to take away some paint and expose what we had yesterday, even though I really like what I've got, so I don't actually care. That's good. I've got that light color behind that I anticipated. Now I've got my rubber brushes, which I'm inclined to use. I'm trying to learn to be messier. I know that sounds wrong, but that's just the truth. Can't really be an abstract artist without learning how to be messy. I hope I don't mess up. Ooh, pun intended. Using my residuals for my brush. I just threw my fingernail through there, so I'm gonna take advantage of the fact that I got what I asked for. Oh, I got some cells. I wasn't expecting those. The background doesn't really show the pastel colors very well. That's weird. I don't like that. And I just destroyed those cool cells too. Oh well. Maybe if I have time, I'll add some more colors back in, because I really like that piece. I should have taken a picture of it. I think I'm going to throw some orange in here. If I can remember the last place I was focusing. There, an imperfectly made mark. Maybe black will be the answer. Or purple. I've got Whispering Wisteria that I'd like to use. I'm just going to keep working at it until I get something I don't, let's say, until I get something I appreciate. And I definitely think at this point there's going to be some black in the future. And that orange was definitely in the way. And now I want some blue in here. I didn't use the blue flame. I think I might. I'm going to grab a spatula again. Maybe my small OXO omelet turning flip and fold spatula. I'm hearing the call to turquoise. I've got Majestic Blue, which reminds me of a bunch of different turquoises I have. No matter what I get, it'll have been fun getting there. My Dancing Fuchsia is, of course, not open. Somebody's in their dune buggy on the road. I just needed an upholstery tack. It occurs to me I could probably just use cell activator. But I think I'm going to be happy with this. Now I'm hearing the call to tangerine. But I need to make sure that my spatula is going to be somewhat clean. I am going to include some saffron and hope that it's ready to go. And that just inspired me to bring out the Tickled Pink. It is lovely to have so many color choices. Go from the lightest ones. We need a lot more of that. Maybe I should just use the Dancing Fuchsia, but I think Tickled Pink is definitely the way to go. Better and better? I hope so. I'm not sure the first stage was worth much of anything except for to cover the canvas, so what am I going to use for that? I'm going to use a brush. And I like the way that looks. I want more Whispering Wisteria. Ooh, that was a lot. I think I want some blue up here. Oriental blue again. Now the more paint I add in these layers, the more likely I am to be able to work with it. I want more tickled pink there, or I'm going to use the water lily. I haven't used any red violet yet. It takes a little nerve to get used to the idea of using the rubber brushes, but once I get over my fear, you wouldn't think I had any, but I do. I don't know, there was a thought I was trying to convey there and I lost it. I'm liking the fact that I can scrape through the canvas. For the most part. I think it might be almost time to come back to the... You know what? I've got all these scraping tools, but I'm going to put some black in my dish. And use it with one of my rubber brushes or more. Pardon the background soundtrack, it's somebody in the other room not being aware of what I'm doing, I guess. Be back in a second. What do you think? I'm back. I've got some more deep amethyst. I might want to bring in a little more turquoise, which in this case would be cyan aqua. But as I walked back into the room to try and get somebody to stop playing videos, I saw the need for the purple. And I kind of think maybe I'm going to use my spatula for the black too, because I'm used to my spatula. And I'm having fun. It's a highly unusual piece, but it's from watching other people, which I highly recommend, by the way. I'm going to probably scrape through some of this, I think, still. We'll see. So grab one of my little, it's a silicone spatula head. Seems to be quite a bit going on. I always comfort myself with the fact that if I don't like what's going on, I can always come back at a future time and do something else to it. I like the purple. I think I'm going to use some red violet. Is that the only place? I'm being called to blue as well. I keep ignoring this blue flame, but I want some. I've got a little more black left on my brush. I like that little bit of turquoise, and I don't think I used enough. I definitely want a clean. Yeah, how does it feel on? There we go. More paint chips. It's a different piece. I want some yellow. I don't think the shiny taffeta is going to do it, so it's going to have to be something else. Yeah. else. Let's get rid of my extra paint. Or make an attempt anyway. Still want to try and add some more turquoise. I really, really like the turquoise. I need something darker too. Dancing Fuchsia always, well, when it comes out, it's working for me. I think I'm going to leave those right there. I want darker orange, which in this case is going to be saffron again. This is that time I'm always threatening to do this very irregularly. Getting around to it. I don't know about that last mark. I think a little more purple and I might be getting closer. Be nice if it was open. Gotta remember I can always scrape through things. Which reminds me, I have not been using either my palette knife or my nail art tool. Palette knife's a relatively new tool for me in this regard. I am looking to make something completely different than usual, and I think I'm succeeding so far. Got a big paint chip right there. Got it. Alright, what else do I want to do? I love the whole idea of that. I'm looking for some kind of balance. Obviously, there's a central focal point in this painting. I want some more yellow, but I think it's going to be the tangerine if I can get it to come out. Oh, I got a few little spews. I like that. The majestic blue I keep calling turquoise, but it's definitely not. Where else do I want some of that? Right there. There, that's just fun. Took a minute. Do I want some more? I might. There we go. I'm in the home stretch now. Now I could go to another layer and add dots. I think right now, just having fun. I'm putting that in there instead of on the painting. I almost did that. That might not have been good. I think a few white dots or a few dots of some kind are in order, just to call it done. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the compliments that keep my morale boosted. Thank you for the donations that help keep me painting. Please give me a thumbs up. Thank you for sharing my videos. I really appreciate you guys being here. If you watch longer or watch some of the commercials or make a comment, those things are all super helpful to me. My creative playlists are on my YouTube channel. And if you go to my YouTube channel banner, you'll find the PayPal icon. Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter links on my link tree. My community board will show you tomorrow's videos. If you have questions or you want the paint pouring recipe, ask me questions. It will. The paint pouring recipe is below Show More. When you click Show More, you're going to find my email address. Thank you for everything. Shop my Amazon link, please. You can buy anything you want from there. And my 2 books are there, Because I Can and Unlimited Possibilities, Volumes 1 and 2. Thank you again for being here. I love you guys dearly. You inspire the heck out of me. Bye for now. Priscilla out.